All right. Now comes my favorite part of the chair plan, and that is introducing my speaker today. Our speaker is Reverend Dave Capraro. He is a member of the Aetherius Society's International Board of Directors and the organizer of its Eastern U.S. branch here in Royal Oak. He was a close student of the Society's late founder, yogic medium, Dr. George King, and has served on his staff since 1976. So please give us a big hand in welcoming Reverend Dave.
Thank you very much, Gina, and thank you, Reverend David. It's always a pleasure to join together with people who come together in the spirit of community to radiate healing as we did in this morning's service, and to fill our consciousness with love and light so that we, as a spiritual community, can radiate this out to the whole world. And there is a tremendous power when we do join together. I mean, it has been said that a small light shines in the darkness. But if we consider all of the problems facing our world today, all problems pointing right at us, the power of technology in the hands of those who do not have the best interest of humanity at heart, there are so many ways to bring down civilization, and no longer just by nation states, but the technology places in the hands of even a few individuals the power to bring civilization down. And the very fact that it continues and there is still some freedom in this world is testimony to the fact that the people of good heart who gather together in their houses of worship around the planet and work in service in a multitude of ways, those who are really interested in helping to heal and uplift humanity, are the only reason that civilization did not come down long ago. And again, with the tremendous power of technology, I don't have to explain it, it's out there now, we know. Every day is a miracle. And it will take more than just individuals shining their light. In order to dispel the tremendous darkness in our world, it will take very powerful lights, individual lights, coming together to magnify it to far beyond the sum of its parts, to shine and to see that civilization can continue. So I commend you for coming together and appreciating. I was just reading yesterday a news article. You don't really want to read the news too much anymore, but 15,000 churches in 2025 will close in this country, and maybe a few thousand will open. A net loss of maybe 12,000 churches just this year alone. And I wasn't too happy to read about that. I mean, some of them might be replaced by, communities coming together and serving in various ways, which would be very good. But I'm sure, especially in rural and also in deep urban areas, there are churches that will be shutting down that may have been the only source of help for their community in a multitude of ways. So that's a sad thing, but it only underscores the importance of hanging on to our faith and rising above all the pressures of everyday life to take the time to come together in service. And in my religion, the founder of the Aetherius Society, Dr. George King, was a medium. And back in 1961, he took a series of what we believe are transmissions from beings beyond this earth, very elevated beings. One in particular we know as a Lord of Karma, and he gave what's called the 9 freedoms. And in the third freedom, service, he said, what is service but love in practical action? He could have left the word practical out, but I think that's very, very important because we want to use the power of love, the mightiest power in creation, the power that can really transmute war, bring lasting peace and harmony. It is the healer of disease. It's this magical energy which the whole cosmic system is filled with. Love and practical. I would say today it has to be strategic action. So it has to be not just individuals with their lights, but they got to delve deep within themselves and discover the fantastic inner powers and bring these out to shine. And we have to work together. Cooperation. That's practical. That's strategic. The forces of darkness in this world are very skilled. They are very, very powerful. They work hard. They work 24 hours a day. How can we maintain peace and bring true, lasting enlightenment to this world if we aren't willing to match that? We do have to continue to manifest this great light that we all have, and we have to work together. And it should be centers like this around the world, working together more within the faith communities of the world. Is that potential to solve all the problems? But often, what is it? Division. It's war based on what they call religion. So we have to get back to a strategic application, love in practical or strategic action. So we have to do everything we possibly can and realize that we are living in a time where everything is being speeded up. And the other big challenge facing humanity is this fact that everything is being speeded up. As far as we are concerned, it has been declared from on high that the earth, as a living being, part of a sacred universe, far more holy and sacred than all of humanity put together, it has been declared from on high that she will no longer have to suffer at the hands of humanity. So there is going to be a speeding up of her evolution, which she has held back so that we could exist here. And higher energies are beginning to pour down upon this earth, as predicted by cosmic intelligence, even right here in a transmission in 1960, April 7th in Detroit. Dr. King took a transmission where we were told that the cosmic energies that the earth will begin to receive are going to be greater and greater. And in order for humanity to even exist here, we have to speed up our evolution. We have to raise our vibrations or we will no longer even be able to exist in such a powerful spirituality. And there is in this a great hope and a wonderful message, and that is that all of these problems that are bearing down on us today provide us with the opportunity to, it forces us, if we allow it, to manifest our tremendous inner potential, to work together, to be strategic, and do everything in our power so that this bright new dawn can manifest not just for the planet itself, but for as much of humanity as possible. Gandhi said that a small group of determined spirits fired by an unquenchable faith in their mission can alter the course of history. And I believe that's what small groups are doing today. Around him, he probably had a tiny handful of people who were really fired by that unquenchable faith in their mission. But it was enough to inspire many, many more to help bring freedom to hundreds of millions of people. And there's a certain power, too, in the universality that Gandhi had. You know, he studied the teachings of Jesus. He opened his meditations every day with prayers from the Quran. So I find that that universality here, and I think it's a wonderful thing. Um, we see in Martin Luther King, someone who derived his strength and power through love and the teachings of Jesus. But he was open. He had a cosmic perspective. He went to India and studied the teachings of Gandhi. And I had a Hindu friend who said that Gandhi was in an environment where his people all had the same objective, and he was working with people who were behind him. Martin Luther King trying to bring basic civil rights to people. It was in my lifetime. People couldn't vote, but they had to pay taxes. Well, this country was basically founded on the principle that, uh, representation, there was no representation, yet we're paying taxes outside of this country. And here we had people paying taxes and couldn't even vote. So he's fighting for something. But what did he have to face? He did this in a sea of hate and brutality, death threats to him and his family every single day. That's what he had to work in. But he took this nonviolent approach, which is not, avoiding conflict or just shirking away, but it's based on bravery, tremendous courage, eliminating the fears that keep us from manifesting our tremendous inner potential, based on love, the mightiest power in creation. And despite all of that hate directed at him, what did he do? He always had love, even for those who would want to kill him. So it was not just theoretical, it's practicing this and service, which love and practical action, very strategic. He ended up helping to bring about civil rights. And even the president bowed before him eventually. So there's this tremendous power. And I'd like to close with Martin Luther King's words when he accepted his Nobel Peace Prize, just a few of the words, because I think it kind of encapsulates this and reminds us of the kind of approach that's going to be necessary if we're going to actually build a new age of peace and enlightenment upon a new world that's manifesting, whether we're ready or not. And he said that we will not build a peaceful world by following a negative path. It is not enough to say we must not wage war. It is necessary to love peace and to sacrifice for it. We must concentrate not merely on the negative expulsion of war, but on the positive affirmation of peace. We must see that peace represents a sweeter music, a cosmic melody, which is far superior to the discords of war. Somehow, we must transform the dynamics of the world power struggle from the negative nuclear arms race, which no one can win, into a positive contest to harness humanity's creative genius for the purpose of making peace and prosperity a reality for all the nations of the world. In short, we must see that peace represents a sweeter music, cosmic melody, which is far superior to the discords of war. So hang on to your faith, continue to come together and work to send out the light and love of God as never before. Thank you.